Thanks for tuning to Acquired Taste Media. You know who it is, man. Mr. Sauce on everything. So, we got to talk about Dame Dash's interview first. Now, I am a Dame Dash fan. I've been following Rockefeller since the 90s. And even after the breakup, I kind of went with Dame. Like, I felt like, Hove was a snake and he did some snake things to Dame. So, Dame went and did his thing, and we've seen him on the Breakfast Club with Murder Mook and them after he did the Honor Up movie. He has a network called American New, and he's been doing his own thing independently since then. But one thing that you always hear about Dame is Dame's an asshole. Like nobody likes working with Dame. And after this Breakfast Club that I just watched, I understand why. I really do. So, and there's no reason to sit up here and watch the show or anything like that because we don't need to do that. But well, let me get it on the screen at least. Where's my screen at? Okay, so here's Dame on the Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? And in the beginning, he seemed like he was, had a little. It seemed like he was on minding his manners, wasn't talking too crazy.
History. I was comparing because of the person that she is. There's a lot of things about Aaliyah that I was in love with that y'all don't know at all. This is Black Guns vinyl, which by the way, we I guess I'll make this announcement that we are now being considered for a Grammy. So make sure.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
man.
Even though you never. Oh yeah, I did play it. You've been looking out. I appreciate you.
Look, you was about to say that we didn't.
No,
Yeah,
I
because you
wasn't.
texted me and said
I remember I did say also.
I'm like, I don't do
I
music
know y'all
segment.
all got kids or have grandkids or whatever.
Yes.
This is my girl's book that she wrote. This book sold 80,000 books independently, for the family office, and then this is her second book. But we did that independent, and we go around to the schools, and we make sure the kids have books. Like 1 out of 16 kids, don't have books. Rather, like every 16 kids. I forgot the stat.
Yeah.
But, you never seen me doing that on
Yeah, I seen you do Let's Go to Space.
and going to the schools?
No, I never seen you go to the schools, but I seen you.
Ain't you on my Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, you never saw that. You see the other stuff, but you never see me go to the schools. You never say nothing about that. That's what I be wondering. We're gonna talk about that today.
Let's talk about it. You said
let's
you
do
wanted a
this.
verbal fair one.
I do, and again, I appreciate it. So let's do some boundaries, right? Because everyone says I yell. What happens is when people cut me off, I talk louder. So if you cut me off,
So that right there, in my opinion, is right there. That's the issue. If somebody cuts you off, you talk louder. That's not a business profession. That's not professional at all. If somebody does cut you off, I could definitely see you saying, "Hey, excuse me, I'm trying to finish my thought. Hey, can you just let me get this thought out?" Whatever the case may be. But if they cut you off and you start talking louder, which is yelling, you know what I'm saying? Is yelling, then that's something that you have to work on as an individual. Something you have to talk to your therapist about, or just something that you have to cognizantly, it's something that you should always be aware of when you're talking to people. And you should figure out a different way to do that, because talking louder is not a conducive way to have a conversation. But let's continue.
I'm gonna talk louder. It's not gonna be any disrespect. I just don't like being cut off because I want to be able to complete my point. And
nobody likes being cut off. But talking louder, that's crazy.
And I'll give you the same respect. So let's do this. I'd like you to every single thing that you've been saying when I'm not here and question you've had.
We're not gonna watch this whole thing. I'm gonna see. I want to do anybody. Anybody got any timestamps? Okay, so here's a timestamp. This was one of the funniest parts in the pod.
Prayed by your brother that you remember last time I was here. I said you don't mess with. I know that's why I don't be around men. So we all know they betrayed Jesus. I said this.
You walked in here with a man.
Can I finish, please? Charlamagne?
Stop cutting him off.
Don't you do the therapy thing?
Yeah.
And see, once again, what Charlamagne did was cool to me. That was funny. You walked in with a man. Hey, man, whatever. And continue with the conversation that you were having. But Dame feels like he has to, if you say something, he's going to respond to what you said in that, it's like in real time. Like, nigga, when you say it, I'm gonna stop everything I'm doing to say something about it instead of just continuing on with my thought and ignoring you. So let's continue.
Yeah, but
I want you to ask your therapist, do you interrupt people and how problematic that is at this age?
But you said you don't be around men.
Stop cutting him off.
See, there's the emotional intelligence. Now you're going to go in on my
ahead, Dave.
words. That's
Continue on,
dumb. Come on, man. Let's move forward. Let's move with F1
Continue on,
speed.
Dave.
Don't pretend to be foolish. You know you're talking to a smart man. You know, you made me forget what I was going to say. See?
You're talking about the movie about
Oh, Godfather.
Correct.
So do you remember? He pretended to be weak. His crew was like, yo, why you letting them push and muscle us? And then all of a sudden, he hit the 5 families in one.
Yeah, I don't think that was a good reference or anything. He's talking about The Godfather and how it was a good movie and how Cam is like, and he really, I don't even think, does he say Cam? I think he might have said, no, I don't think he said Cam's name at this point in the interview. But anyways, I'm trying to get to when he starts really just being an asshole for real.
Later, and they didn't want to be a part of this mess. But it will be in something, this gets played tomorrow, so the announcement will be in the trades tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to buy Revolt, and I also just did a 25-episode deal for my podcast room for 30 years straight.
15.
So you're missing a lot of life.
Not really.
Well, then stop speaking.
You're just wrong.
You have a problem, but you're just wrong. On a respect level, you're wrong.
But go ahead. You're right.
Oh
Teach.
God.
I don't think you really got a lesson plan.
Let's do
Teach.
this. Every time you interrupt me, because you're so rich, you give me $20. Okay, can you do that? Because you know you got. So let me ask you another question. Do you think it's respectful when someone gives you their boundaries, you just break them and keep laughing? You think that's all right? I'm just asking.
Can I speak? I don't want to.
I just need an answer.
Right.
This is the only time you don't speak is when I ask you questions.
Right. See,
Anyway.
this is the time. See, you see what I'm saying? Like, Dame, I mean, I know you'll probably never see this. And even if you do see it, you might yell at me and say that I ain't shit. But honestly, man, I would, like I say, I'm still a fan of you. I'm still a fan of Dame. I still listen to Dame. I still think that Dame has a lot of great game. Because even in this interview, he talked about he gave some game, if you really listen. And the game was when he talks about his families, with his family business and the estate and things of that nature. He talks about assets. He drops some little jewels, and he talks about his bankruptcy and stuff like that as well. So he definitely dropped some jewels on the business side that you could check out. But even in that, it's just like, it's hard to watch this because it's like, well, it's easy to watch it because we know Dame is gonna be entertaining in some way, shape, or form. But at the same time, the way he's being entertaining is so self-sabotaging that it's like any and everybody can see why people don't want to work with you. Like, this would have been an opportunity to show people that, hey, I am dope, and that I don't be on no bullshit, and you on top of your game or whatever the case may be, and you've learned how to maneuver and how to talk to people and things of that nature. But at this point in time, the way that you talking to these people and the way that you coming across is just, it's just, like I say, it's just not inviting to somebody who, you may want to do business with. You know what I mean? Like, they'll probably be like, nah, bro, I'm cool. Appreciate the opportunity, but, I seen you on the Breakfast Club and the way you was on the Breakfast Club, and because we ain't even got to We haven't even gotten to what? We haven't even got. This should have been over. This ad is. Well, I'm sorry. But yeah, getting back to what I was talking about. So yeah, let's get back to Dame right quick.
You guys shouldn't speak so confidently without doing research. This is what you're saying. I don't know. And you're asking me quick. These are things you said. So I'm telling you right now, the reason why I filed was because I didn't want anybody to keep suing me, because he also kept suing me. Oh, you don't know which.
There's a lot of work that goes into making a podcast. The setup is one thing, then you've still got to edit.
I'm gonna put some clips up too.
You're talking about, and you're saying it confidently,
I
and you're
wanna
in
see
an
how many times you
algorithm
call
where
people
people actually
stupid.
believe you. Out of response, and why you think they keep you here? They want y'all to make us dumb.
But if you worked here, you would.
I would never work here. I would
$20
only.
million in debt.
What you
could
talking
actually
about?
pay your debt and your child
I'm not
support if
in.
you had-
I'm not in debt.
if you
Okay,
had
stop
money
right there.
coming in.
Stop right there. I'm not in debt at all now. What are you talking about?
Oh, you paid it all off?
When you have this bankruptcy 7 is like getting hit
All right, so he's talking
and
about
not
this shit.
saying anything. You know how many times I've seen people punk you? I would never let anybody talk to me
Like, I
certain
don't
$1 billion.
care about that.
Rich people don't put anything in their name. But you don't know that. You don't know that. And I feel sorry for you because you don't get to see the daylight. You guys, you don't.
When he says shit like, I feel sorry for you, and you not this, and he ain't even got. I haven't even hit on some of the crazy shit.
You missed the whole. You missed your whole life.
We don't have anything on our name.
But
So then I.
Oh, I have a question about
go ahead.
the book deal with Simon & Schuster.
Oh,
Congratulations.
let me
on
finish.
that.
Go ahead.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What made you sign a book deal with Simon & Schuster as opposed to publishing independently?
Because number one, some things I use as a lost leader. I gave them the book, but I didn't give them the ancillary thing. So they don't have the TV. They don't have. So I just use that as a lost leader to stimulate the other verticals.
You can't sign a book deal. You probably got an imprint because he would have a boss if he had an
Well, no,
imprint.
I have an imprint with Simon & Schuster.
Well, my family office got the book deal. You understand now? Smart guy.
I'm asking.
See,
So again,
just little shit like that. Smart guy. Yeah, but I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe Dame doesn't talk to people like this in real life. Maybe he was just doing this for the Breakfast Club. But I
Diamond. What happened was, like I said, and I don't think I think everyone goes through things with their teeth. They just don't show it. I like to show myself vulnerable. I want people to learn from it. All of my implants broke, so I had to get them pulled out. Pause. Break good bone, and they had to put all new bone. So that's going to take 6 months to heal. So they put this on, but I think it's a denture. I hate it. I mean, but I got to wear it. And then after that. She never got evicted. What they should have said was she had that. Right. Is that Patty?
No.
So that's what I do. Every time now I want you to pull up. One time I talked about someone and their business that wasn't talking about me, even their business. I never ever talk about anybody. These people talk
That's
about.
not true.
Nate, show it.
They'll pull
Show
it.
an interview.
They'll tell you
what
later.
about-
Please, I'm challenging
That's not
you.
true.
Wait,
I'm
I'm
bringing up an
challenging
interview.
you to
That's just not true.
See, now it's not true.
What about though when you did all the stuff when Jay-Z was being sued and accused of rape? You did so many interviews about
The
that,
interviews.
and he wasn't anywhere talking about
Let me
you at that
finish.
time.
The interviews were about his lawyer. I said I know how their lawyers act because I personally went with Shapiro and we went to war about Shapiro. And then
It's like every time somebody goes to say something, he's like, "Let me finish." Bro, when are you finished, bro? When you are done talking, when we're having a conversation, when you stop talking, nigga, you finish. Unless I know for a fact every time that we have a conversation that you say, "Okay, I'm done talking now, you can talk." Nigga, other than that, every time you pause or every time you stop for a second, that's my turn to talk. You can't be like, "Oh, nigga, oh no, I ain't done." You are done, motherfucker, because if you wasn't done, you would have kept talking. That's one of Dame's issues as well. Like, I swear he'll talk and then he'll be quiet. Then somebody will say something and he'll be like, "I wasn't done." Nigga, yes, you was. And if you wasn't done talking, it's your turn to wait because you stopped. That's how conversations flow. And that's what Dame doesn't have. Like, he does, like, from the way he talks, he just, it's like he just talks. Like, nigga, you be trying to talk to him and he be like, I'm still talking. You be like, no, you're not, motherfucker. You stop talking, nigga. I got your point. I hear you. No, you didn't hear me. You didn't get, I wasn't done talking. Nigga. Yes, like, I can see why people, that is fucking, it's weird. It's weird. I know bosses, nigga, and I know bosses know how to hold conversations. Now, it's some bosses that I know that are ignorant as fucking don't know how to hold conversations. But, I ain't no bosses out. Every boss that I know can hold a conversation. I don't know anybody moves like this nigga Dame. And if that's how he moves with everybody, like, don't get me wrong, the Steve Stout, Leo Corn, Culture Vulture shit, that shit's totally separate. I rock with him on that shit. But when I'm talking about moving, I'm talking about trying to move and build with other black men and trying to get some opportunities. I don't see too many people wanting to be bothered with that because of the way you talk to people. And then, like I said, we ain't even get to all the stupids that he called Charlemagne and DJ Envy. You dumb, you stupid, you dumb, you don't know what you talk about. You this, you that, you this, you that. And it's just like, bro, the disrespect is crazy. But we know who you are and we know how you get down, so we accept it. And kudos to the Breakfast Club. Kudos to DJ Envy and motherfucking Charlemagne because them niggas, he was out of pocket, nigga, for real.
People would ask me questions about other things that weren't complimentary, but I always said I don't think Jay did it. My question was, why were they putting so much heat on him? If you look at my interviews, I never said he did it. Now, listen.
What is it that makes
I
an
gotta get a shot of
SUV
him calling him
extraordinary?
stupid and dumb, man.
Well, hang on, Parker. What are you
That's
doing?
really what was making me mad.
How much you want to bet it's edited? How much you want to bet?
What?
That what I didn't just make it up yesterday, that I shot it and edited. I'll show you an episode. You want to see one?
Well, I hit you up about.
You do? I'll show it to you.
I want to see it, but I asked you when 50 announced what he announced.
I didn't
back
want.
in 2021.
Do you understand? Do you understand? I was playing coy. This was y'all caught the trap. So this was my plan. I'm gonna tell you the plan.
I'm listening.
Now,
You shouldn't
again,
tell people your plans, then.
it's done already. Stupid. Listen.
See, there we go.
In
It's done already. Like, come on, man. Like, you don't have to. That is why a lot of people wouldn't. Cause I'm not gonna I'm not gonna conversate with nobody calling me stupid. I'm not gonna conversate. Matter of fact, on some real shit, I'm the type of nigga that's gonna tell you right then and there, like, bro, you ain't, nigga, what? We not doing that, bro. You're not about to be calling me stupid and dumb and shit. We can't have a conversation like that. And it ain't gonna be no, we gonna fight. It's gonna be, I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm gonna not deal with you, man. Cause I can't deal with somebody calling me dumb and stupid and shit like that. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck are you, bro? So yeah, Dame is wild for this one. So, but once again, it was a great interview. Where they at now? They did hit. They got to 1 million. So they definitely did. Well, I mean, the Breakfast Club. I'm quite sure they do 1 million every day. But I wanted to see. It didn't do 1 million in a day because I don't think it was in 1 million yesterday. Because I know when I looked yesterday, it was probably in like I always watch early, so it was probably still early. So we'll see how many millions it does. But Dame is wild, but. I respect the brother, and I just feel like, he needs to, take some business professional classes, take some customer service classes or something, take some type of classes that teach you how to, how to conversate with people without being so, without talking down on them, like flat out. Like, you can't talk to people and be calling them stupid and dumb and think that they're going to want to be bothered with you and they're going to want to call you their OG. After a while, bro, that's in any relationship. Shit, a father can't even do that to a son. Like, you talk about being people's, bosses, or well, not bosses, but being like they OG and shit. Nigga, ain't nobody going to respect the OG that's calling them stupid and dumb, and nigga, you don't know what you talking about. You stupid, nigga. Yeah, that's why you dumb. Nigga, you don't know business. It's like, nah, bro, that's not how you talk. You don't talk down on people. You don't talk down on the people that you love. You don't talk down on the people that you say you care about. You shouldn't talk down on anybody, for real. But definitely not the people that, are supposed to be your family and your friends and shit, bro. Them the last people you should be talking to like that. So, yeah, Dame got to get it. Dame, like I say, it was a funny interview, but if that's really how Dame talk to people, I can see why people say the shit they say about him. Like I've never seen a nigga like that. Like, well, on the last Breakfast Club interview, he was like that, but you would think that he had changed because you see, like, all right, that interview you was, I don't know how many years ago that was, maybe 10 years ago, and you come back 10 years later and you acting the same way. You just, of course, you look, got a nice suit on. Shout out to that Dusko Pockets suit. That bitch was hard. But other than that, bro, you came back the same way you left, and it was just like, it didn't even look like growth. It seemed like you went back. It seemed like you got worse. So, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on the Dame Dash interview. And once again, man, I love Dame Dash. I've been following him and fuck with him since they split up. And I think that a lot of the stuff that he said on the interview is knowledgeable. So definitely go back and watch it when he talks about his family business and stuff like that. And, he's giving you some game on really what these rich white people do. And, they own everything, own nothing or something like that. Own nothing, control everything. That's the mentality of the wealthy. Own nothing, control everything. So you own nothing by, I believe, putting things in trust and, things of that nature. And, yeah. And then you control the trust, therefore controlling the assets and the trust and the monies and the trust and things of that nature. But you're never actually the owner of that trust. So, yeah, it's deep, but he did give some game on the interview with that. But all that calling people stupid and you dumb and you don't know this and talking down on people will never get you far in life, especially if people are trying to work with you. People don't want to work with individuals like that. So, something else hit my timeline. Molly! I'm not gonna lie. I was a Molly Korn fan, man. I like to see her on First Take. She was bad to me. I just like looking at her. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care less about, everything else. I just, she was eye candy for me. But yeah, she has quit First Take. I believe they offered her a job. They offered her more money, from what I understand, or they offered her a.
That story is for her to tell. Do I have an idea? Of course I do. Am I going to share it with you? No, because again, that's her story to tell.
Hey, what's going on YouTube? In today's video, we got to talk about this Molly Karam situation, man, because Molly Karam is no longer.
And shout out Self Talk Podcast. Make sure you check them out.
We're going to be Stephen A. Smith's moderator on ESPN First Take. Now, as you guys can see right here from the report, it said that Molly Karam had turned down her contract from ESPN to renew her contract, and she turned it down because she didn't like the offer that they gave her. And I think this has something to do with Stephen A. Smith, because remember, I kept pointing out videos how when Stephen A. Smith got his contract from ESPN, some of the stuff Molly Karam was starting to say to Stephen A., and it seemed like, she just had an issue with that. Let's check out these clips right here.
I mean, to sit in the stands. We need sweet seats.
The rich get richer. I mean, how do these?
I'm just saying.
You know
what's funny in life? Once you make a lot of money, I mean, I wouldn't know, but like your kind of money, that's when you start getting everything for free. It's so backwards.
It is a little weird.
But it's like when you need it.
I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
If I was ever lucky enough to have my own channel, I can't even imagine what I would do with all that.
You got everything.
I don't know. I'd look like Easter Sunday.
I've never had my own channel. I've never had my own channel.
When you have your own network, I was about to say, when you have your own network,
you
run you're doing this a lot.
Yeah,
we're not.
You all run it. I don't do anything. Lakeman Buck, and that's the end of it.
Trust me. I don't run it. I don't run it. I have both. I do not run it. Oh, no.
Don't even try it. We're no longer going. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. Okay.
You can't go to the bathroom around here without getting your approval first. I don't want to hear it. Nonsense.
We're all just living in Stephen A's world. We're all living in Stephen A's world. Look at us. We're peons here in New York. Come on, you see what's happening.
I tell you.
So, that's one of the clips that I had reported on and made a video about. And I had pointed out, that the people around Stephen A. Smith didn't like that he had got that big contract from ESPN because, it was also reports around that time coming out that people that worked on First Take didn't like how Stephen A. Smith was changing. They said he was like acting like a diva. And then once he got Shannon Sharp to come on ESPN, they said, he was just acting like he was the man. I did a video about that, highlighting those reports and stuff like that. And yeah, man, so Stephen A. Smith also made a video talking about Molly Qerim's departure from ESPN. Let's check out this clip right here, guys.
Molly Qerim, longtime host for ESPN's First Take, my day job, where she has been the last 10 years. Last night, she abruptly resigned as the host of...
So, a lot of people's going to feel like, man, if Stephen A. Smith really wanted Molly Qerim to be on the show, he could have been on that show. But I think something happened with them behind the scenes as far as just the relationship turned rocky. Because remember when even Molly Qerim was trying to help Stephen A. Smith when his laptop was exposed to the ESPN cameras, he was trying to help him, and Stephen A. Smith was like trying to brush her off like, oh, don't tell me or whatever. Like, remember we did that video covering it. Let's check out this clip right here.
Clause, okay? Can't get rid of him, so he's stuck with him, which is why KD is the only asset you have. You got to get. I can't, Molly. It's on vibrate. That's relax.
No, it's not that. You're just close it. Just trust me.
My phone?
Just close it all.
My phone?
Yeah, just put it all down.
That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Well, Stephen A., they're zooming in on it.
Okay, all right.
You can see your text messages, everything. I'm trying to help you out.
Text messages.
Stephen A., your computer. It's all on TV. Just close it. I'm looking out for you. Try to be smooth. Jeez.
What a Friday show, guys. A nice peek behind the scenes. Back to the Suns conversation for a second.
So she was literally trying to say that, man, from like numbers and personal contacts being exposed on live TV. Stephen A. Smith not trying to hear that. So that right there goes to show you that their relationship is rocky. And that's enough for me to see like, all right, something is definitely going on here. So yeah, guys, that's a few clips I want to highlight, man, before I get into what Molly Qerim said in response to everything, man. She had made a statement talking about her departure from ESPN. And yeah, guys, like I showed you guys in that intro clip, Stephen A. Smith said, she has a story to tell. So let's see what Molly Qerim had to say about this situation, guys. And if you can, guys, hit that like button. That really does help support my YouTube channel. And I really do appreciate that. But let's check out what Molly Qerim had to say about this departure situation, man, this news that had broke. So let's check out what Molly Qerim had to say. So Molly Qerim had put this...
All right, so after much reflection, I've decided it's time to close this incredible chapter. I read this already. Y'all should have read it too. So, two things. First, with everything going on in this country and our commander-in-chief being probably one of the most blatant racists I've ever seen in my life, especially running a country, running this country. We have people, a lot of big executives and CEOs and stuff, they don't care nothing about black women at all. If you looked at the statistics, I believe in this past year, over 300,000 black women have lost their jobs. Now, we know Molly, she's not like, just any regular, black woman. She's Molly, and she's been on First Take for a long time. So I could see them giving her a deal that was, I could see them giving her a disrespectful deal in this day and age. Because right now, once again, they're trying to make America great again. And to them, when America was great was when the women were in the kitchen cooking, period. Y'all were in the kitchen cooking, at home taking care of the kids. That's when America was great to them. And that's where they want women to go back to, okay? They want to be they want it to be a patriarchy. They want it to be nothing but men in charge and nothing but men running around making all the money. And if you are a woman, you better be, a white woman, because if you black, and you better be a married white woman, because those are the white women that are getting the money, the married white women. The single white women, they ain't doing much. But most white women want to be married because they understand the ideology and and the power of marriage and two incomes. But regardless, let's get back to Molly. So first, yes, Molly. I think I believe they gave her a disrespectful deal. I believe it was a spit in her. It was probably a spit in her face. It probably was horrible, especially seeing how much money Stephen A. got. Now, of course, that's Stephen A. Smith. He's out in the streets. He's talking to these guys. He's been in this game for a long time. But like Self Talk just said, if Stephen wanted her, I think she would still be there. If Stephen A. came in and said, "Oh, no, y'all got to give her some more money," then she would still be there. Now, yeah, if Stephen A. But see, Stephen A. ain't had nothing. Like Stephen A. is gonna say he had nothing to do with it. But once again, we all know the power that Stephen A. has at the network, and we know that, you may have been able to talk to somebody to help her get a better deal, or, I mean, I'm quite sure you would never take a pay cut to make sure that your colleagues get paid good so that they can help make the show better. But who's to say that to me, like I say, for me, she was eye candy. I didn't really listen to her rhetoric. Sometimes she's made some good points, but a lot of times she was just the moderator. And like I say, pretty to look at to me. But there are some fans out there who, I guess there's some, there's been some other hosts, some male hosts that have sat in for Molly. And these First Take fans have said that, they might want that, they want that guy to be the new host and, want to know, what they're going to do about him. So, shout out to...
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian. Welcome you guys to Stay Tuned. With love and you'll hear something juicy. They'll pass the story on. Right? I think that Stephen A. Smith loved having her on the show. I think Jay Crawford used to host.
That's not what I was looking for. He just did. I mean, was that he just did
that story.
That's 16 hours. I just seen one that looked like it was. But anyway, so, Molly's gone, but I wanted to see, there was a guy that they were talking about who fans were saying.
Yeah, I'll show you an episode.
They really liked his.
Thanks, everybody. Please have a seat, ladies and
gentlemen.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports. For why they were excited for her to leave was because, number one, some of the things that Molly used to do used to annoy people. For example, she used to interrupt Stephen A. Smith a lot. She would interject herself into conversations when no one really asked her opinion. Some people felt like she didn't understand that she was a moderator, and she felt like people were tuning in to hear her point of view on things, when in reality, they were tuning in to hear what the analysts and the guests had to say, right? So that was something that kind of ticked people off. So yesterday I was going to the internet while the news was breaking, just really trying to understand why this occurred. And I came across an article from The Spun, and it said this, which really surprised me at the time. It said, ESPN viewers praise First Take for Molly Qerim replacement. And I was like, what? Well, what's going on here, right? Something that I thought was just something that was happening within our ecosystem on the channel apparently was something happening at large where a lot of people kind of felt the same way. So I want to read what this article had to say here. It says, Molly Qerim wasn't leading the charge for First Take this Friday morning. The longtime ESPN host had the day off for undisclosed reasons. Qerim has been the host of First Take since 2015. She does an excellent job handling some of the most unpredictable personalities in sports TV, such as Stephen A. Smith, Chris Mad Dog Russo, and Ryan Clark. In addition to covering all of the championship events, Qerim has a breadth of experience with celebrity red carpets, A-list musical and TV films / guest interviews, UFC MMA coverage, tennis, boxing, and more. Qerim's bio for ESPN states, off the camera, Qerim is a philanthropist and an ambassador for Boys and Girls Club of America, the Innocence Project, and is an advocate for endometriosis awareness. So it then continues on. With the NFL regular season around the corner, Kerm and First Take crew will have plenty of topics to argue about. In the meantime, Peter Schrager is handling any training camp-related stories this Friday. Before this Friday's show kicked off, Schrager shared a photo of him on the set of First Take. Judging by the reaction of Schrager's post, ESPN viewers want him to be the full-time host. Please bring some integrity to this show. We look up to you for your honesty and journalism, one fan commented. No screaming matches, please. Another fan said, you should be the full-time host, Peter.
All right, so as you can see, the viewers and a lot of the fans are saying they want this guy Schrager to be the new co-host. So that might have played a role in the offer that she received as well. But once again, shout out to Molly. She was to me, seemed like she was a great co-host. I liked watching her on First Take. I'm still gonna watch First Take, see what they do or where they go from here. But I definitely think that too many men might mess up the dynamic there. I think they should still have at least one young lady to moderate, the conversations. But we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, man, it's been a crazy couple days. Today's only Wednesday, so it's definitely been a crazy week for me. But make sure you guys click the link in the bio. Make sure you subscribe. We appreciate the love. Peace.